Hello everyone, happy Halloween from Jack Dove. You can all see I've got my costume. I've had this for ages, but I haven't worn it for now. I'll be wearing this for the trick-or-treaters. Well, the last 2 weeks at university, they've proved to be a learning experience, alright. But I need advice again. I need to review the situation. I see it. I don't know whether to carry on or give up again. I know I said I would, but right now I wish I was never told, I was never asked as to what would I do if it didn't work, going into space. I really wish I had not been asked that question. Maybe I could have kept on going, because while I had the goal of going into space in my head, I mean, I knew I wanted to be a testing engineer, but if I hadn't been asked it directly, actually, what would I have done if it hadn't worked out? I probably wouldn't be in this position right now. Sometimes you gotta know when. First question I want to ask is, do you think you should always ask someone when something like that if they have? I mean, should you ask them such a question when they have such a goal in their minds? I mean, do they need to be brought down to earth at a time when they're trying to settle into university? Because being an astronaut is the reason I've gone to Cranfield. It is so I can so I have a decent chance of being one. And I mean, or should you just ask them so that they can suffer this life experience, lesson in life experience before it's too late? Or is it really better to just not ask them and let them just keep that dream in mind, and so they can keep going and doing their best? Because today I've made a decision. I'm not going on to do the MSc next year because I can't face it. I've seen the timetable I have, but it looks too much. It's more intense than the pre-masters. I've been writing down my thoughts for this week. I have on different days, so maybe you might all get an idea of how I feel. I mean, I've stated that I hate doing things like learning the VBA code, although I've received help in it, and I feel I can now produce a piece of work that I can feel will be acceptable. Taking in everything everyone says and that the lectures say, and hey, during these lectures for 2 hours is not easy. It's not. It's hard to keep focus. It is, and to keep the right state of mind, which is vital for someone like me. And I mean, I've been to tutorials, but they haven't worked out. They haven't. I mean, the guys, I chose the wrong question to start on. They kept going further than the question asked them to, and it got me so frustrated I had to walk out. I mean, when it gets to halfway through the lecture, we have a break, but they always take longer than 5 minutes. I thought we're supposed to be disciplined and being mature students and come on time and things like that, but like my parents say, they're all adults and they have their own decisions to make. I shouldn't be worried about their lives. Maths was the main reason I was tended to take the pre-masters. It's helping me to rediscover the interest I had in things like aircraft when I was at Bedford College, but it's making me think it is, do I want to just go home and perhaps be an airline pilot or something? Because I've gotten over my problems with going away from home, I have, although at the end of lectures I just want to get out of there here. I can't really be asked to stay for too long for extra lectures. I just want to get home and just chill out, I do. Does that mean my mind is not set on achieving what I've set out to do? Have I been setting myself up for a fall? I've been setting myself up for something I can't do, like the MSc is not meant to be. Is the bachelor's enough, although I earned credit transfer and didn't have to do the maths module? I mean, I'm just trying to think, is it worth it? But is my bachelor's enough? Or should... I mean, there's a careers fair coming up on Wednesday. I mean, would I end up somewhere like Network Rail, somewhere completely different? I mean, if I hadn't been asked that, what would I have done if it hadn't worked out? I could have just carried on with the pre-masters, and then I would have probably not made the decision to get so frustrated. I would have gotten so frustrated at this point. I wouldn't be giving up the MSc right now. There is a part-time option which can be done over 3 years, where I only do 6 or 7 weeks a year, but I just don't feel up to it. I don't anymore. I mean, it's meant to be people skills I'm learning this year as well. The start of the week I felt like I was had a terrible knot in my stomach, but it subsided when I got on the bus and got started. And I mean, the side of my timetable for the next couple of weeks, there's so many lectures back to back, is now dreading it is. Although I know what I'd give up if I dropped out. The MSc project, the topic I came up with, thanks to Dave Shaler from the BIS, has a lander for Jupiter's moon Europa. Although it seems like it's promising for going to the MSc tutor Jenny Kingston. Even that, I don't know. I mean, one of the tutors who's helped me with a bit of the maths shares. He says he agrees that I'm just fed up with learning. Ever since I left school, what I've done is I went to do an NVQ in science for a year. I found that interesting, although I had lots of free periods. Then did my GCSE English again for a year. Then studied the BTEC National Diploma in Aerospace Engineering for 2 years. Then did 3 years studying up to the H&C, H&D level. Took a year off and had private maths tuition. Then I did the OU I did from 2011 to this year. And now I've got the pre-masters till next July. Maybe that's it. I've just gotten so fed up with learning. I don't want to go any further. I just don't have the same enthusiasm as I did before. But I've done all that. And I knew it was going to be intense from the start. But it's like my mom has told me, you just cannot be told what it's going to be like. Like, it's going to be intense and nothing. No matter how many times people tell you it, you just can't be prepared. And now I'm going round and round how I am in the same argument. And I've been saying I want to get out, I do, of Cranfield, but I know I'll regret it, I do. I will. Maybe it's just going around these circular arguments is just my way of letting off my frustration, it is. Maybe it's my way of just opening up or communicating with people. It is. I don't want to upset at everyone, but I mean, everyone gave me so much praise. They did, saying, hey, I was great to do it, and even the other guys on the course have said that they think I can do it, and they said not to think of dropping out, and they've been thinking they can't do it either, but they just haven't opened up with me. Maybe that's what I've been saying, like I'm just venting my frustration, saying I want to get out, and all that stuff is just a way of getting people to open up to me, it is. It's the only way I think they will open up to me. But then again, and some of the but I mean, you'd think people would tell me they would. And I've told my parents to keep me going, I have, and to not let me give up, I have, and to not let me drop out. But now but they say they'll accept whatever I do, when they're saying, hey, if I want out, that's my decision. It is, but it is my decision to make. It is. I mean, the MSc, I mean, I'm interested in learning about it, but how those spacecraft are work, to build. But maybe the dread, of my bad experiences I've had so far, and the thinking it's going to be the same with everything else, or the way the maths is being handled. It's been 4 weeks now, and I still haven't gotten my support in, and I was told that I'm one of only a few autistic students that have come to Cranfield, and yet I was told they were fully prepared for someone like me. And the finance won't be sorted out till next Tuesday. The university just hasn't lived up to my expectations. It's like they failed what I expected them to be. It is. I'm not willing to talk to the counsellors. I'm not. Or maybe I'm just not too set in my ways. Maybe I've gotten too used to working by myself, or something like that. I don't know what it is. I mean, that's how I worked in the OU, and at Bedford College I just did my own thing. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it, to learn how to work better with people. I mean, I've been able to ask them for help, and I've talked to them, I have, about myself, I have, and they've been interested in what I've said. But my options are, as I see it, I can carry on to the end of the pre-masters and gain something out of this, like some refreshed experience on certain aspects of engineering, like aircraft, often get and refresh my math skills and learn some new stuff, like how to use MATLAB and CAD, computer-aided design. Or I could drop out and just go back to my normal life and then just be the same person I was for as long as I see fit. Or I could just go to the careers fair, find a job, and then just drop out then or something, or carry on till the end and then go in with a ready to start work, Huck. Or maybe I should just go back to my original passion. I should just drop out and then learn to fly or something. I mean, people say you don't want to be an airline pilot, but I don't know what to do. I know what I will lose if I drop out of Cranfield. I'll lose my chance to refresh my skills on things. I won't learn to use CAD or all that MATLAB. I won't get a chance to do my improve my people skills, and there are so many other aspects I could learn from it, like thermal fluids and propulsion and power, and more maths as I would have learned at Hatfield. But if I drop out, I lose my chance. But I've already given up on the MSc, and that is officially my decision. So, tell me honestly, should I have been asked what I would do if it didn't work out, or should my mentor Teresa have never asked me that question? Then I could have had my enthusiasm still, and I would have been probably carrying on. I probably wouldn't have worked it out. I wouldn't have been thinking of going to the careers fair. I wouldn't have. I'd be thinking of just getting the work done and struggling on through. I would. And then by the time I'd been asked, I would have been too far into to give up the MSc now. But then again, the MSc would have been harder if I'd gone on in next year and found out how intense it is. I could have still gone on to the part-time option. If anyone can give me any advice, just tell me what you think. Whether you think I should be out, whether I should bail out and just settle into a job again, or go back to my normal life. But the thing is, as well, everyone kept telling me I could do it. And I received so much praise from all of you on Talk About Autism and from my customers at Tesco's. Even if you won't be disappointed, I'm afraid I will feel that I've let you all down. And all that stuff. I mean, even if you say I haven't failed you, I will have. So please be open and honest with me. Well, I'll put an update on next week. I'll have to the careers fair. This is Jack Dove signing off.